appreciate is not just an ordinary chapter in the Constitution. It essentially is the heart of this Constitution. You violate any of the provisions of that chapter, you essentially snuff out the life of this Constitution for all we know it to be. And I say that, Your Honor, with great respect, because as a practitioner, as an officer of this court, which I believe Your Honor has been before ascending to this very hallowed position in the judiciary, we have a duty, Your Honor, to enforce and uphold and defend this Constitution. And in the course of doing so, particularly with the division of labor within our courts of law, as you deal with these questions every other day, Your Honor, sometimes the detail of it and the weight and significance of some of the provisions of this Constitution may be lost. And most of the time, inadvertently. And I say that, Your Honor, because it is now becoming a norm that that have been created under this very Constitution and under the terms and conditions enshrined in this Constitution are now repeatedly and so brazenly violating cardinal rules. They are repeatedly, Your Honor, and so brazenly violating cardinal provisions of this Constitution that we as a people agreed will determine the relationship between those whom or to whom we delegate authority to exercise on our behalf, and us or we the people, and between those agencies inter se. They are violating the common bond. And that is very critical and important, Your Honor. It is critical because, as I started my submission, this Constitution is the lifeline of the existence of this country as a nation state. You snuff life out of this Constitution and you invite chaos and anarchy in the manner in which we coexist. And so, the violation of this constitution, particularly by those to whom we delegate authority, cannot, and my lord, cannot, this must be taken very seriously, cannot be taken lightly. And that is why I said, as I started, Your Honor, and I said it with utmost humility, that in the course of our ordinary practice, particularly before these specialized divisions of the court, it is very easy to lose the detail, the weight, the significance, the nuances, the detail, the significance, the nuances of some of the provisions of this constitution as we intended them to operate. So that, Your Honor, it has now become a very sickening trend that police officers, despite express mandatory provisions of this constitution that proscribe the holding of detainees for more than 24 hours without compelling reasons, will very comfortably appear before you hours after they have violated a mandatory provisions of the Constitution and present an accused person before you, and then without batting an eyelid, ask you for permission to hold them for even a longer period of time. Your brother, the Chief Justice Emeritus William Mutunga, coined it very interestingly. The Utadu attitude. That an agency created under this constitution, exercising powers under this constitution, presumed to be aware of the proscriptions and the prescriptions of this constitution, can violate it and then come before you and ask you to perpetuate that violation by granting them more time to hold accused persons for an even longer period of time. Your Honor, before you are just these two documents. Your Honor, there's a charge sheet. And there's an application to hold these accused persons for a further period of time, and specified time for that matter. You can see the mischief. They're even asking you to just grant indefinite leave for them to hold these accused persons for an indefinite period of time. And Your Honor, just scan through these documents. not a single explanation has been attempted for why these gentlemen are being brought before you more than 24 hours after they were arrested. The Inspector General of Police has not bothered to provide the Director of Public Prosecution with any reasonable explanation, or any explanation for that matter, why these gentlemen were held for that long. And the Director of Public Prosecutions, who under this Constitution is supposed to exercise
How many more minutes?
Your Honor, can I take just 10 more, please? Well, Your Honor, at the heart of these submissions before you is a freedom of gentlemen here who have been held incommunicado for more than 24 hours. I think they deserve just that extra 10 minutes. Your Honor, the Director of Public Prosecutions, an office created under this Constitution, who is supposed to exercise independent oversight, as a countervailing measure deliberately created by this Constitution, has approved a charge sheet